Emilio Mazzucatelli. Emilio Mazzucatelli.
Before we begin the time, just wanted to go over the project speech is entertaining. So that doesn't mean necessarily laughing or playing jokes, but I think it comes from a place also of motivating, and this one will have a lot of information. So I recommend you take notes, because if the amount is big, it's going to be a good exercise to write the notes. Even John Lowe doesn't agree with the notes. But taking notes, exercise the electricity wiring in your brain to retain. So this one is going to have a lot of information. It's all about skills. Skills are like muscles, actually.
Skills are like what?
Skills.
Muscles. Okay.
Skills are like muscles. Well, the more you keep working out, they're going to keep growing. Okay? But the skills don't have any limits. So that's why you become limitless. Nowadays, people like the muscle, but they don't like the workout. And everybody is born with these talents, okay? Now, what makes people become extraordinary is the efforts that you make in order to develop them. So let's begin with a set of the hardest skills to develop that you may be working on, but you should all your life. Number one is speak up. The billionaire Warren Buffett said that getting comfortable speaking in public is something necessary, and then it's going to keep growing. In 1 year, you're going to be better speaking in public. In 10 years, you're going to be much better. In 50 years, it's going to keep getting better. 100 years, even better wherever you are. And if you did not get comfortable, on the other hand, it's going to be a liability in your life, because it's going to prevent you from getting all these situations you want to be involved with. It's going to be a liability, like I said. Number two, be honest with yourself. One of the Shark Tank stars, Mark Cuban, says one of the biggest enemies that we have is this hidden assassin is lying to ourselves. We do it a lot, all the time. Because, you know, to be successful, you got to know where you are exactly, where you want to be, and the skills that you have to build to cross that or make that bridge happen, right? But if you don't know where you are, starting by being honest with yourself, like Mark Laverne said once, it's not about, you know, that you can become everything in life. That's part true, because you have to be aware of your own limitations, right? Number three, one of the key factors in life is not really the circumstances, where you live, who you know, what do you do exactly, but it's more the mixture of this fire with desire and faith called confidence, right? That's going to keep going, and that's going to open doors for you. How do you develop this muscle of confidence? Keep pushing through. Number four, Nelson Mandela was asked, how do you become such a powerful leader? And he said, when I was a kid, by observation. His father was a tribal chief. He used to go to the meetings, and he said, I observed two things. One, they used to meet in a circle, so everybody's heard. Number two, the father was the last one to speak, always. So what skill are we talking about right here?
Listening.
Listening, of course. Listening is going to open plenty of doors. And if you don't, it's going to prevent you also from being able to add the value that you have to add. That also prevents the world from knowing who you are, really. Number five, managing our time. We are the generation that is the most incredibly busy than ever before. We're so busy. Average people spend 80% of the time working hard and doing tasks. And 20% they really do the things that they want, they love, right? But are you really being effective with your time? Wonder what would happen if you turn that around and you start doing only 20% to the things that you have to do, which is more than enough, trust me, and 80% working on yourself, meaning the things that you love, in order to become of higher nature. Number 6 is one that Raja said once, and it was stop whining. You see, we all are creators. And that means we have this power of focus, which is the creative force. Because you see, when you like something so much or you think about it so often, then it starts to manifest in your life. That's the power of creation, actually. So what happens if you start focusing on all the things that you don't want? You'll create elements of the same nature, actually, in your life. So you got to stop whining, unless you're a smart whiner, of course. Milton said last year, every time I whine, I'm going to put 25 cents in a jar. The man is becoming rich right now. Number 7. That's another story I want to share also. A few months ago, I was giving a speech. I mentioned something about my past, right? And I was finishing the meeting. You know, Carlos Lasso approached me. And I thought he was going to say, great job. He smacked me in the face. I said, excuse me? And he said, dude, stop being hung up in the past. Here's a book, read this book. The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle. I said, what does that mean? He said, the power is today only. If you keep thinking about the past, you're going to have consequences. Read this book. And thanks to Carlos Lasso now, I retain the lessons because I'm wired to that slap. Understand? Thanks, Lasso.
Wow, the power of a slap.
When Carlos Lasso approaches you, he's about to give you a powerful lesson in your life. Number 8. Also, I'll give you an example. Let's say John Lowe tells me, Emilio, I know what I want in life. Finally, I have this fire. I can see it. I have all these visions. I wake up in the middle of the night. I take these notes. I get up every day, jump out of bed. I know exactly the direction that I'm going in my life. Perfect. I'm making all the strategies. I'm planning ahead. I'm taking massive action. I see him in 2 months. I say, hey, how's it going? Oh, I gave up. So what does the man need in order to succeed? What is it? Persistence. Persistent. If you don't persist, how can you ever accomplish anything? Napoleon Hill said, persistence is the key to success. You can do everything you want, be the highest level that you can reach. But if you're not persistent, you're not getting anywhere. And number 9, empathy. Empathy is the capacity to care, okay? Is the real current that connects all of us. So it's fundamental also to develop this one before you start learning how to listen to people. If you care, it's very easy. Listening will become easy. And I'm not talking about listening, having a pair of ears only. I'm talking about listening. We rarely do this. And who can do this? Who can care? Everybody can care. We are all equal. Men and women are equal. You know that. A man can cry as much as a woman can complain. Okay? That was a joke, come on. These are 9 tough but necessary skills that if you manage to handle them through life, they will revolutionize your life and the life of the people around you. Mr. Tillich.